Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at this week's Warhammer pre-order previews. It's that time of the week again, so let's head over to the Warhammer community site and take a look at all the products that are going to be available to pre-order from next Saturday. And there's some great ones in here this week, some I think a lot of people have been waiting for, so let's crack on and have a look at everything that's going to be available. First up, we've got the Grand Tournament Pack and the Monotorm Field Manual for 2022, and this is going to be for Warzone Necromunda. So this is going to contain up-to-date points now for building your army lists, and the chapter approved is going to come with 18 missions, and it says in the article that you're going to get 9 each for incursion and strike force size games, as well as new and updated secondary objectives. And if you picked up issue 472 of the White Dwarf magazine, or you watched my review of it earlier this week, then it's actually got the cards in there for those secondary objectives and some other objectives too. So I think if you're into this, then it's well worth taking a look at that White Dwarf magazine as well. I was pleased to see that all these new Kill Team products are about to be released for pre-order, so this is great news. So first of all, we've got the starter set, and now this is a little bit different to the Octaviarius set, because here you're going to get a rulebook, but it's going to be a streamlined 96-page rulebook, and then you're also going to get a 56-page recruit edition book, which is going to give you background and information and some tutorial missions as well. So that's different to what we saw in the Octaviarius set, and I'd be really interested to see what that recruit edition book is like. You're also going to get the tools, tokens, those barricades, some terrain, but these are more like the scatter terrain rather than the larger pieces. And you're also going to get the Krieg and the Ork Commandos too. So be good to know exactly how much this is going to be, but this could be a good way to get into it if you can't get hold of the Octaviarius box set yet. But if you can get it, I can highly recommend giving it a go, because it's a fantastic set. But this is the product that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. And here now you can get the Kill Team Veteran Guardsmen box set. And so this is just going to have the miniatures included. And this is going to give you 10 troopers, and these can be built as all the different specialists that we saw in the Octaviarius book. So if you picked up the Octaviarius and you want some more Deathcore Krieg to make those different specialists, then this is a good way to do that, because there's quite a lot to choose from and you have got like limited options. I've done a pretty thorough video on that if you want to check that out on the channel, where I look into exactly what you can build and some ways of doubling up on them. But I think having another set would be a great idea. You're also going to be able to pick up the box of the Ork Commandos too, and this is awesome. I really enjoyed painting these. These are great fun. You get 10 commandos all together, plus the commander grot and that bomb squig as well. So another good box. Now this one, you don't have as much variation in what you can build. You can pretty much build all these different specialists from the set. So I think if you already got this, you might not want to double up on another set of commandos. The Deathcore of Krieg, I think, are the ones you'd really want to out of the two. But this could be still a great idea if you want to play a campaign and you want some different models. And maybe you want to build them as regular commandos rather than as specialists. And if you did want to do that, then you would need another box, because you pretty much have to choose between going with a specialist or a commando for most of the choices there. It looks like you're going to be able to buy the book separately as well for Octaviarius, but I would recommend checking out eBay, because I think you can get this quite cheap on eBay. Maybe now the price will go up now these are released, but even so, I still think it's worth checking out, because there's a good chance you'll get it cheaper than you'll pay here. You can also pick up the Kill Team Killzone Octaviarius box set, and this is going to give you all the terrain that came in the Octaviarius set with all the miniatures and everything. So here you're only getting the terrain and the board though. Now if you want the book to go with this, you're going to have to buy it separate, because it looks like this is just going to be terrain and board. But again, check out eBay, because you might get this terrain really cheap there. Now we're on to Necromunda, so prepare yourself for some hive scum, as there's a little set here that you can bolster your gang with these 4 hive scum miniatures. So these are pretty cool. I think you could use these in loads of different games, but obviously great for Necromunda. And then you've also got the Delac weapons and upgrades. So you've got a little kit there with some weapons and heads and all that kind of thing. There's also the Underdog card pack for Necromunda, and these are going to give you 12 universal gang tactics available for all, it says in the article. So there we go. And then finally for Necromunda is this Slopper and Scabber, and you might have seen these miniatures when they previewed them quite a while ago actually, so now these are going to be available to pre-order as well. So these are some pretty interesting miniatures. I love that one on the left, just opening his coat, and it's full of all sorts of things to trade. So I think Necromunda have some fantastic miniatures, and here's 2 more that you can add to the collection. You can also order the Rat Ogre for Blood Bowl, and this came out and previewed a while ago actually with the preview, but now it's going to be available as well. Another great model. They really are bringing out some good stuff for Blood Bowl, and it gets a lot of models. Almost every week we're seeing something new, although I'm disappointed not to see any dice in this week's preview. Now we're also getting a look at Imperium, and it tells us here in the article that this will shortly be rolling out to North America and parts of Europe, and I've covered this quite a lot on the channel. I think the Imperium magazine is awesome, and I've really enjoyed it, and I think I'm up to issue 18 now, and it's been awesome. It's really got me hooked on Warhammer 40,000 as well, and it's a great way to learn the game and start collecting army in small pieces, and it's really helped me understand what the game's all about, and yeah, I can't recommend this highly enough. If you can get hold of this where you are, then I definitely recommend getting it. If you've been collecting already for a while and you already play, then it might not be the best thing to go for unless you want the miniatures, but if you've never played before and want to get into it, this is a brilliant way to start. The models have been fantastic right through all the issues I've had so far, and at issue 5 there's this limited edition model that only comes in the Imperium magazine, so if you like the look of that, another good reason just to get the first few issues. Now we're on to Black Library, and if you're picking up a set of the Deathcore Krieg, why not get the book too? And this is called Krieg, a Deathcore novel by Steve Lyons, and this is going to be available as an ebook, audiobook, and looks like hardback as well. Then there's another book called Day of Ascension by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and again available in all those 3 different formats. Then another book, The Triumph of St. Catherine, and this is for the fans of Adepta Sororitas. And this one's going to be a limited edition hardback. There's going to be 2,000 altogether. You're going to get this red faux leather cover, going to get the gold gilt page edges, black ribbon bookmark, and even an author introduction and signature. So if you're into collecting the books, this might be one for you. We're still going. There's lots of books here. This is called The Book of Martyrs, written by Danny Ware, Alec Worley and Phil Kelly, and this is going to be 3 narratives, and each one's going to focus on a different sister in the era Indomitus. If you're a White Scar fan, you might like the look of this, called Masters of the Hunt by Andy Hoare, Robbie McNiven and many other authors as well. And this will be a selection of short stories, so that could be a good one. Then we've got an audiobook called Urdesh, the Serpent and the Saint by Matthew Fyra, and this is a return to the Sabbath worlds with the Iron Snakes. And then finally we've got the Hellwinter Gate, but this time it's in German, called Das Hellwinter Tor, and this is going to be written by Chris Raitt, and it's the first time it's available in Germany, so in German, so that's great. There we go. So that's the final book from the Black Library. And then Warhammer Plus has got Hammer and Bolter, Skin Tones for Ideneth Deepkin, and some more additions to the vault. So there we go, that's everything that's going to be available to pre-order from this Saturday coming up. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear if any of this is jumping out to you, and will you be picking up any of these products for your collection. I think the Deathcore Krieg are going to be really popular, and the Commandos too. Awesome sets, and really great to see that these are available now, because it's been quite a while. It feels like a long wait to get hold of these, and so yeah, really good news I think for fans of Deathcore of Krieg and the Ork Commandos. But thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the preview, and please like it if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.